I'm Danielle Alura, your Elite Miss Pennsylvania Earth 2020, and you're watching Pageants and PJ's podcast.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pageants and, let me just do this, Pageants and PJs. Number 57, our special guest for today is Danielle. Not this Danielle, but that Danielle, who's Danielle Alura, Elite Miss Pennsylvania Earth. Welcome to the show, Danielle.
Thank you so much for having me, everyone. I love watching this podcast. It's so great that I get to be on it.
And we're going to have to work out very quickly what to do with two Danielles because one is already bad enough. So we're going with Danny 1 and Danny 2 or Danny Senior, Danny Junior?
Danny 1, Danny 2.
So thing 1 and thing 2.
Direct
Danny
your questions
2.
appropriately.
Danny 1, Danny 2.
I think we need to duke
Danny
it out.
1. Do you want to just leave you guys here? And one. I wonder who would win. I shouldn't say that, but anyway, I'm getting distracted. So before we get into fighting, oh God, what a mess already of a disaster. Let me ask Miss Danielle how she's going. So Danielle, how have you been going this week?
Yeah, been all right. We've got snow here in London, so it's really pretty out. Ventured out to Tesco to do my weekly shop. You know, I think that's as exciting as it gets, really, during a lockdown in London. But other than that, hanging in there. Went out and took some photos in the snow. And,
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Please don't get us started about the supermarket argument again. Apparently, this Danielle here. I don't know what supermarkets you guys. I know we were having this argument last week about what supermarket am I. Apparently, I'm Waitrose. I don't really know what that means.
It's a posh supermarket. It's the higher end.
Why am I posh?
You're not posh.
What makes you think I'm posh?
You like fine foods. You'd rather have nice.
I like the fine foods.
Yes.
Are you just speaking like this because we have Danny 2 on? You just, I like the fine foods, like the pasta.
I like the fine, the pasta.
I make
A
a
pizza
lasagna.
Dear me. Oh, God. All right. So, a trip to Tesco's. That was a highlight of Danielle's week. Chloe, how's your week been?
Hi. So today marks the first day off of my 2-week break. So I've been doing some fun stuff. I sold my phone with We Sell Any Phone, which I'm not sure if it's a real thing, but if I get the money, then it will be. If I don't, then it's not. So I finally got rid of that phone that I had since December when I got a new phone. So hopefully that gets sold. On other news, I did have quite a sad weekend. I have a 13-and-a-half-year-old Lhasa Apso dog, and I was getting really worried about him. He was very sleepy. He was walking into things, and he wasn't eating as much. So I was really, really concerned about him and called the vet on Saturday, and I couldn't get an appointment till this morning. But the good news is I took him to the vets this morning. He got some antibiotics. So what was wrong with him was with his mouth, he just had a few abscesses at the back of his mouth. So he's going to get some surgery for that. And with his eye, he's got a sty in his eye. So he's also going to get surgery to remove that as well. But they just got his blood test back a few hours ago, and he's got very healthy liver and kidneys, and his heart's very strong. And they said that he's functioning like a young dog, and he's 13-and-a-half. So they say once he goes in and he gets his surgery for his little mouth abscess in his eye, he will be super healthy, and he's very healthy for his age. So all that worry and me not being able to sleep all weekend, it's just it's incredible. Just such a relief to know that he's actually okay, and that once he gets his little surgery, he'll be fit as a fiddle.
Good.
So that's good.
That is very good news. You once said that you were like you said you were like Ruffles. So he's like you. He's young at heart, is he?
Yeah. He's so
Always
sweet.
young
He's
at
such a
heart.
good dog. Yeah, he's been there with me since I was 14, so I couldn't really imagine not having him around. Yeah, so he's kind of.
Well, to work it out in human years, you multiply by 7. So what? He's 13 and a half.
Oh, so we got him when he was 3 because what had happened was he actually had an owner. He had dementia. So we took him in, and he also had epilepsy. Ruffles has epilepsy.
Wow.
So he requires a lot of care as well. Yeah, he takes seizures every now and then. So we just
My
comfort
old
him
cat
and
had
cuddle him.
seizures. I thought that was just a 1 in a million thing. So I didn't realize a dog had seizures too.
Yeah, and the best thing about Ruffles is he hasn't had a seizure in over a year now, I think. I think maybe he had 1, but because of lockdown, he's so settled. And usually if we're having like a barbecue or people visiting, it would tense him up and then he would have a seizure. But because it's just been us at home and we're the only people here, he's been so settled and he hasn't had any seizures lately. So yeah, he's going strong and I'm just so happy because I just adore him. He's such a loyal dog.
He is, and he's a lot less annoying than Paris, can I just say?
Yes,
So,
yes. Paris is so naughty.
Go Ruffles. keep Paris in check. Just slap her around a little bit. But that's great news. So I'm very glad to hear that. Also, you're very clear tonight, Chloe. I'm not okay with this. What? I feel something is going to happen. You're never clear. You're normally like a fuzzy and sounding like a robot and on a 10-second delay. So
yeah, it's because something? I was off work today, so usually I'm using the Ethernet cable in my computer to work all day from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. on a Monday, but today I haven't been using the internet, so I think maybe it has something to do with that, because I believe that we can only use so much internet a day and then it starts to slow down. So I think maybe because I don't have work today.
Please tell me that's not the case. If you guys have daily caps on your internet, you really are officially worse than Australia. I mean,
we do.
I won't get. I have been to America, and you've been to America. We've all been to America many times. It's unlimited internet everywhere and Wi-Fi everywhere. So, on that note, Ralph has said, "Hello, Danielle." That would be for Danielle 2. I'm assuming it could be for Danielle 1, but we'll take it either way.
I'm claiming it.
Looks like he's given you a bunch of flowers as well.
Aww.
And Elizabeth Coulthard is watching as usual. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi.
All right, so Danielle 2. I was about to say thing 2 because of Danielle 1 said. Thing 1, thing 2. I should change the names here for thing 1, thing 2. But Danielle Alura, you should have heard, Danielle, how my not my Siri, but the Google version of Siri, it gave me a warning that this podcast is coming up, and it said your name in a very, very, very nice way. It was like, Danielle Alura podcast. So I'm like, okay. But Danielle Alura, how have you been since we interviewed probably, it was July, I think, last year, obviously, and you've had your competition. Danielle 1 helped you out with some styling, but tell us how you've been.
So I've been really, really great. It was awesome to have an in-person competition, live competition on stage during such a time like this. And they did such a fabulous job keeping us safe. And it was nice to also go to Florida, some warm weather. Right now in Pennsylvania, I'm in Philly, and we had 2 snowstorms this past week. And they don't really plow my street really well over here because it's small, number 1. And number 2, the Philly Waterworks is right underneath my street. We deal with potholes all the time. And so there's snow there, but they plowed the cars in the first time. My car got stuck. So I'm just, bunkered in here trying to keep warm. I have a heater on and everything is just a winter wonderland outside. It's pretty, but now it's cold. So is summer here yet?
No. I don't understand when you guys are talking about snow. I know what snow is and I have seen it, but being snowed in is obviously something that does not happen in Sydney. I mean, in Sydney, it never snows. It might hail. For us to see proper snow, we'd have to go to the ski slopes, which is a few hours west ways. And even then we have to have fake snow a lot. So you're snowed in, you had your pageant. What else have you been keeping busy with? Because you do everything. So that can't just be it. You're an apiarist as well.
Yes.
Anyone want to guess what an apiarist is?
And a what?
Oh, do you? No,
I have
Danielle 1 or Chloe, apiarist.
I keep bees.
Bees. Yeah, I knew that.
And right now they're winterized. So,
Yeah.
and I have a swarm trap out just in case we get some crazy, weird, warm weather that a swarm tries to find a new place, a new home. If they've outgrown their hive for the winter, they'll find my swarm trap and bunker down there. And then I can donate it to another hive locally. And then so help the bee population like that.
Oh,
So
I want bees.
They're so cute. You know, I used to be really scared of bees. I was stung next to my eye when I was 5 years old.
Dear.
The only time I was ever stung, but now I'm like, oh, am I allergic? Am I not allergic? But then when you learn more about what bees need, why they react certain ways, it takes the fear out of it, because if you know why they're doing certain things, then there's no reason to be scared, because the only time they'll attack is if they feel the queen or the hive is threatened. So if it's by a flower, you can really get close to it and see what it's doing. So yeah, I've definitely had enough time with bees now. But
I've
never
been stung by a bee.
Never
Never.
It hurts.
I don't think
But
I've
I do
been
it
stung by a
anyway.
wasp. I've never been stung by a wasp either. I've just been really lucky.
I think a wasp is worse. We have some wasps here, and wasps can just sting you repeatedly. A bee
Yeah.
stings you once, and normally it will die because it tears the
Yeah.
sting out. But the wasp just, it's horrible.
They're dangerous. They can sting you multiple times, and then if you're stung 10 or more times, you might feel like you're okay, but your body can react to
Into
it in
shock.
a form of a shock. Yes, so you just have to be really careful.
I've been okay for 32 years. I'm good.
Touch wood. Touch
Watch, I'll
wood.
get stuck. I'll be out in
Touch
the snow
wood.
and there'll be a random wasp out there and it'll come get me now instead. And it sounds like I'm gloating. I've never been stung and they're going to
Fun
come after
fact.
me now.
You might see a bee or two during the wintertime. They go on something called a cleansing flight. They'll leave their nest just to
Clean.
I guess clean themselves, go to the bathroom, not in the hive, and then find their way back. So if you come across one, that's why.
Oh,
Cute.
I thought you meant like what all the celebrity hippies do when they come over to here to Byron Bay and they go on a cleanse, like a juice cleanse or a detox. The bees just going, some of my body's made in winter, so I'll go have a cleanse.
Yeah, bees are known to be hippies, so.
Hippies.
God.
Oh, no.
The dad joke comes in.
Chloe, don't encourage her.
We're almost not even 30 minutes in. Unlucky for some.
With all these golden
Damn it.
one-liners, you should create T-shirts.
I'll have one that says boobies.
Are they scary bees? Ghost bees?
Ghost bees.
It's just a Danielle thing. You guys just speak nonsense all the time.
Yeah.
How did you guys get any work done? You would have just been making silly jokes all the time.
We were very professional. Danielle was on it, and we were literally all guns blazing when we were going through the first session, when we were just going through everything. Like, that was, I don't think I've ever worked like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like, I've got this dress and I've got this outfit and I've got this and I've got that. And I was like, whoa, okay. The girls prepared.
Yeah.
And so we crammed a lot in that session, and then obviously throughout we were in contact the entire way through. So we got a lot of work done. I
have to thank you for that, Danny, because never have I ever worked with a stylist before that any moment that I either sent you a text or made you a quick FaceTime to be like, hey, what about this? I know we didn't plan this, but what do you think? You really picked up the phone immediately. I can't thank you enough for that. So anybody that needs a stylist, you have to hire Danny. She is the one for you. I can't wait to work with you again in the future. Thank you times a million. Thank you.
Don't make me cry. So
really?
I love it. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I live for that kind of thing. Like, when you message me, anytime, I am here for it. I'm here to talk about style. So thank you. It's an absolute joy.
I even called Danny once, and she was on this Pageants and PJ's podcast, I think. And you were like, I'm on the podcast right now, but what do you need? And so I literally, she's the one for you guys. But work with her, give her enough time to work with you, because, if it's coming up pretty quickly for your competition or whatever it is, a red carpet that you need her for, she has suggestions of things that you don't have. So you want to allow yourself that time to go and get it. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. I
This
see
is-
we're
wanna bring up
surfing
some
the
of
web
the,
right now.
We called
No,
it.
I wanted to bring up. I could. I'm bringing up some of the
Oh,
the
we have a name
fashions.
for that.
We
dress.
have that. Yeah. Go on, tell him.
That's the
This one
Black
was a
Mamba.
mamba. The
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
She
Why
called
Black
it the
Mamba?
Black Mamba, but it was navy. So then I had to correct her. So that's the Navy Mamba.
The navy mamba. So basically, when we were trying on dresses, Danielle tried this dress on. I was like, yes, this is hot. This is black mamba. And she was like, it's actually navy. I was like, it's navy mamba. It's a killer dress.
Yeah, that was the first one I
Beautiful.
wore too. I loved it. I felt like $1 million in that dress.
So
And then I
cute.
packed extra things that she was like, "Where did that come from?" Yes, where that?
I'm glad that you
Wow.
packed
That's
that
a
into
nice
the
photo.
dress. That was
That
brilliant.
was on Lake Eola, I believe is how you pronounce it. And there were swans everywhere, and it was so cold. Even though we were in Florida, gorgeous Florida, we had this cold wave that came through. And so we got one sunny day, which was nice because that was the day that we were in our bathing suits. So it wasn't too overcast, but there were two black swans by this bush when I was taking this photo. And I was like, I need to remember to take a picture of them.
There's one right here.
I saw black swans in person. Well, that's a white swan.
I know, but there's a giant thing. Gee, it's huge.
It's giant,
Massive.
really. And some of them were like a little territorial because I guess their
Yeah.
babies were nearby. So I was like trying not to make too much eye contact. But it was absolutely gorgeous. So if you go to Orlando, you have to visit this lake because there are swans everywhere.
What's happening here?
I had worked with the teens on their service project. Something came up where we couldn't take the teens off the property to pick up litter like the rest of us for Garbo Grabber with Clean Earth Project and Keep Orlando Beautiful. So they were against a wall with what kind of service project they would have them do. They were tossing things up like, well, maybe we can just go around the resort and see if we find litter. But the resort the Rosen Plaza does such an amazing job keeping it perfect that, what would you think a bunch of teens would do aimlessly walking around? Yeah. So I made a suggestion that we were in a hotel and it was very close to my platform that they come across towels and linens and pillowcases that they have to throw away all the time. So I was like, well, my solution would be if I could call housekeeping and just say, hey, whatever you're getting rid of today, keep it so that we can utilize it tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and upcycle it. And half the teens had never upcycled before and the other half had never picked up a needle and thread. So it was a really, really cool project. And this is our little cheer at the end. We all said there is no excuse for single use.
Can you just define upcycling for me?
Sure. So instead of throwing something away, you give it another purpose. So, for instance, one of the teenagers had upcycled a towel into socks. Another one had upcycled a giant sheet into a top and a bottom skirt. Some made purses, some made headbands to give themselves facials or whether they're doing their makeup and just trying to protect their hair out of the shower. They were so creative that it just blew me away. And they ended up having a little runway show at the end too with choreography and everything. So I'll be posting this video soon. It was adorable and it was so great to work with them.
That sounds amazing. I got to ask, so in terms of your pageant heels, how long are your pageant heels going to stay away?
You mean like my Chinese laundry heels?
No, I just mean figuratively speaking. How long is it before we see you in another pageant?
Oh, figuratively.
Because the Queen's always said, well, I'm hanging my heels up. So I'm
Hanging
not
my heels
specifically
up.
asking. Yeah.
So I have been, very, very honored and complimented by a number of systems reaching out to me and voicing their interest, which feels great. I felt like right after it ended, I was like, oh, I'm going to do one tomorrow. I was like so gung-ho. I love this stage. I just love it. But I am not quite sure yet. I'm enjoying, focusing on my other projects, but you'll be the first to know if I do another pageant and I'll reveal it on one of our podcasts. How about that?
Woohoo!
I'm down for
Sounds-
that.
Actually, I don't
good to
know who
me.
would be the first to know, Danny or Adrian. Okay. So
Don't know, we're flipped. We're flipped. Thing 1 or thing 2? I'm definitely thing 1.
Hi.
What I wanted to sort of get a bit of clarification from you, Danny. I'm just going to assume that Danielle and Danielle know who I'm talking to based on the question. Okay. But Chloe and Danielle, have you seen Danielle's music video?
I think I saw a clip of that. Did you? It's on your Instagram, right?
It's here.
Oh gosh, this is
You
so
can actually
cool.
hear it as well.
So beautiful.
Thank you. That's a newspaper dress.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Made it myself.
Cute.
That is a red solo cup dress. There's this
Wow.
phenomenal lady I know that
Oh my
helps me with
goodness.
these, and that's a dress made out of plastic bags.
I'll just turn the volume down
my
so you can hear Danielle
goodness.
explaining it.
And that's
So
Ganesh.
that dress
To
is
the
made, you
earrings.
said red solo cups, so disposable cups, right? The red dress,
Right.
this one?
Right, yes.
Wow.
Oh
And
my
Danielle, you
God.
edited the video yourself, is that
I
right?
did. I
Wow.
edited it entirely myself, and I had
You're insane.
definitely needed
Don't do
to.
that.
I had just learned how to use Final Cut a few days before we finished all the material that we shot it in 2 days, and then edited it in like 7, and then released it with the single.
Kids at home, don't edit your own videos. You were aged 10 years. Tell me if I'm wrong, Daniel. You were aged 10 years in one video. Am I right?
Oh, it tests
He looks
every part of
great.
your being.
No, I know she looks great, but figuratively speaking, Chloe, editing videos is not something I'd wish upon my worst enemy. If you have no idea how to do it, you have to teach yourself how to do it, then deal with all the mysterious issues that occur, even though you've done everything exactly as you were told. And it's not. How long, Daniel, did it take you to edit that? I mean, it's a 4-minute video.
So it's I'm a bit of an insomniac. I know. I think Danny 1 is also. So
Thing 1 is too.
but I do
can't
some of my
get
best
no
work at night.
Yeah, same. I'm the most creative at night.
Yeah, there's something about the whole world being quiet and asleep that you could really just steam forward. And so I think it was like a nonstop 4 or 5 days glued to the chair.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's better than it being a few months. Now, were there more things that I could have changed or edited or made a little bit more perfect based on what I was going for? Yes, but there comes to a point where you just gotta put down the paintbrush next to the easel and say it's done. But I definitely needed to upgrade my computer in the meantime too, because my RAM was killing me. Oh, rendering and freezing and crashing. But
Anyone want to hazard a guess as to what RAM actually stands for?
I did this in ICT at school, but I can't remember what it was.
Come on. I'll give you a clue.
It
M
starts
stands
with
for
random,
memory. Yes.
Random access memory.
Yes.
Oh, she got it.
Wow.
Yeah. And that must
He
have been about
clapped for you.
10 years ago since I learned that.
I didn't think anyone would get that. I'm impressed. But Danielle talking about, just having to put the paintbrush down at some point, I know exactly what you're talking about, because when I published the 2 books at the end of last year, 106 or like 200 submissions later, I did that whole thing in 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
I
you
know
turned that
there are
around
mistakes in
super
it.
So quick.
Too quick. Like, I don't advise anyone doing it, just like I wouldn't advise anyone editing their own music video if they don't know how to edit a video. But sometimes we do things and we learn.
Do you mind if I ask you, you turned that around
That depends
so
what the
quickly,
question is.
and you got, so you put it together and then you got it published and then you sold the books. Isn't it really difficult to sometimes get a book published? Amazing. Gorgeous lady on that cover.
Stop it.
It is.
Stop it.
It's not difficult at all if you publish it yourself. So these are self-published.
Awesome.
To get a publisher is a different story. So what will happen with a publisher, as I understand it, I've never looked into it. You have to pitch them your idea.
Right.
It's kind of like getting a record deal. And then, it's kind of hit and miss whether they will take you, because they'll take like 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000. Then if they accept you, you get given an advance, which could be, let's say, $10,000 or $20,000. Now, that's not just cash in the bank. You have to pay that out of any royalties you would be paid in the future from book sales. But the idea is then you have enough money to go and write your book. But the problem is you surrender creative control to a large extent. So they can tell you what they want the book titled. They can tell you what they want in the book and all that sort of thing. They can decide the cover. And that's not really what I wanted. I like turning things around quickly. I like maintaining creative control, and I'm very able to do this stuff myself. And then also I don't have to pay anyone. I mean, the royalties come to me. I'm not getting a percentage from another company. So I guess it would be similar to publishing your own music, which, you obviously know a lot about, Danielle, versus going through a record label. There are advantages, there are pros and cons. So with a record label, obviously you have worldwide distribution and things like that. But these days it's so much easier with the internet to do a lot of these things yourself, like Justin Bieber got discovered on YouTube, right? So self-publishing, which is what I did with these books. And a lot of people think it's super difficult. I won't say it's super easy if you don't have any tech skills, but it is not as difficult as a lot of people think. So if you're interested in self-publishing, then definitely give it a look. But Danielle, what's happening with your music? I was going to ask, because Danielle she obviously does the pageantry, she does the music, she's an apiarist. She's been in China singing in their version of Victoria's Secret. So how do you do all this? Like, if I ask you, what do you do? Let's say I meet you at a bar. I have no idea. So Danielle, tell me about yourself. What do you do? Answer that question for me, please. This is what I've been dying to ask you.
If someone asks me that question, one of the things I end up saying is exactly that. Ask me a question, because if you were to just start blah, 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 this is what I do, I feel like the person that would be meeting me for the first time either wouldn't believe me or think I'm like full of myself or something. So I'm just like, ask me a question. I got a lot of answers. So that's pretty much how I started.
So what, you answer the question with another question?
Yeah, I'm really bad at talking about myself. So I just go, ask me a question.
Because when I had Danielle on for an interview, I took her through some of the photos that she posted up. She had a photo with Gerard Butler, a photo with Gordon Ramsay. There was a photo of her driving a Ferrari, and she said it was just started raining. I'm trying to find it now. That's why I'm looking over here. Yeah, it was a rental. So what? Let's say you had a dating bio. What would you actually put in it then?
Well, first of all, I don't have a dating bio. I don't.
No, I'm not saying to have one, but I'm just curious as to what would you put in it?
Yeah, I really don't know. I would probably not take it seriously at all. I'd probably be like, I like peanuts and going for long walks on the beach and just something super random. And probably,
Do you love pina coladas?
Yeah, yeah, like, not your average Joe. Like, I don't know. Because
did you ever look up like the
truly what I don't know what I would say. Maybe you guys should just create one for me.
Well, I mean, you've got at the top of your Instagram, you've got actress, model, singer. I'm going to show you guys so you see what I'm looking at. So here's just a random photo, my other car is a Ferrari sort of one. I'm just going to see if I can find the one with, because Danielle has done a lot of different things. So it's always fascinating to me. Here's a,
is that a doggy?
This is,
yeah.
you look super.
Oh, wow.
You're concentrating very hard in this photo.
I mean, you got it when you go at that speed.
I had just gotten the wheel and it was raining and we were on back roads of the mountains. I want to say we just left part of the Dolomites, and the Dolomites in Italy are beautiful. Like the water looks very much like Iceland. It turns that icy blue color because of the type of organisms and algae that's in it, the way it reflects from the sun. It's just gorgeous. Italy itself has like its own 7 wonders of the world. You love this photo.
Because I love Gordon Ramsay.
What Formula One was that? What track?
That was Austin, Texas. Yeah.
I was going to say,
I love him.
if that was Monaco, I might have been there because I've been to Monaco twice. It's awesome.
Oh, that's my sister. She said, "Tell him I said what's up." She's also my sister is also a chef, by the way, and that's probably why. Very
I
talented.
don't know if I was a chef, I don't know if I'd want to tell that Gordon Ramsay that I was a chef, because I'd be afraid that I get yelled at.
Yeah.
You donut.
You call that
everyone
pancake?
You donut.
My favorite one is
What
where he
am I?
puts
An idiot
two pieces of bread on either. Yeah, the idiot sandwich one. I love that. What are you? An idiot sandwich chef.
Do you like to cook?
Oh yeah, I love to cook. I don't get to do it nearly enough. This is Sparta. So
I love that movie.
Oh,
familiar
wow.
faces.
Sasha! You might as well just watch our other interview. This is all the same photos.
This is
Oh,
an old school
Daddy.
Ferrari.
Oh,
Was
so
that an F40?
very good. At 40, at 50. So this is at the Marconi Museum in Orange County, California, and this was a charity that I worked with very closely for a very long time. I was their secretary, vice president, and chair of their event committee. This is one of their galas. And so this car museum hosts did something beep?
Toot toot.
Yeah, I think it was outside.
They host the charity events and give a portion to their proceeds for renting the venue and the catering bill to families in need. So it fit right in with what we were going for. And so we actually were able to raise money for 2 charities at once that night.
That's amazing. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the actual charity? So Family Promise, I think I actually got to talk to you much about it last time. So do you want to tell the viewers a little bit more about the charity and what it does?
Yeah, so Family Promise is a charity for family homelessness, and we're in all 50 states. There's more than 220 affiliates. We partner with shelters and churches, synagogues and mosques as our real estate to help house the families for the first part of our IHN, which is our intermediate and emergency housing sector, when they are approved. So they cannot be abusing substances. They cannot be convicted as like a child abuser or be arrested for domestic violence within, I want to say, 2 months of trying to enter our system. And then they graduate within an average of 42 days and can support themselves again. And our caseworkers work with them for 2 years following their graduation of our program to make sure that they are never, ever like 1 or 2 or 10 paychecks close to homelessness ever again.
Amazing.
So
That's
far,
amazing.
I've personally helped to rehouse, I think we're at 220 families, which is funny because that's how much affiliates we have. And also last year was 2020. So it's kind of cool.
So if I was to ask you what sort of gives you the most joy in life, what would you say? I mean, we're not going to answer the dating bio question, so I'll ask you another question. What brings you the most joy in life? What gets you up early, keeps you up late?
It's definitely that. You hit the nail on the head. It's working with this charity that I've been with since I was 14 years old. Because I'm adopted myself, I just get so much positivity and blessings throughout my life that it's like, how could I not give back? So anytime I feel like I'm getting something amazing or I'm reaching a goal that I've tried really hard for, it's like, okay, well, what can I do for someone else? So I spend a lot of time and effort with these charities, and we change the future of children. I mean, could you imagine living in a car or, all your belongings in a trash bag constantly? From like, there are families that we pick up at state parks that are like living under a tree. So since that's not my reality, because I won the lottery with my parents and my family, I have to make sure that I can do the same for children, because I have the energy and I have the resources and the amazing network around me. I do it.
And you don't need to sleep.
No, I don't. And you guys can do it too. It's super easy to give back to Family Promise. If you go to familypromise.com or search for the Family Promise near you on your Google Maps, there's in America, there's one in every state. In California, I believe there's 7. And so you can either donate or attend one of their events. They have awesome events like soup kitchens and potlucks and galas and virtual events these days too, because of the state of the world. But, a little bit goes a long way. We give 92 cents of every dollar directly to the program.
That's important. Can I just pick up on that? Because there are so many charities here in Australia. It was in the news, unfortunately, where it was the other way around, where like 80 or 90% of the money that you were told was going straight to the charity was going to administrative expenses and overheads, which is really, really bad.
I mean,
so
there
fact.
is something to be said about administrative expenses, because when we went through our hiring process for our new executive director, Cindy, who is fabulous at FPOC, so Family Promise Orange County, you get what you pay for a lot of times when it comes to the executive director that will not only be the face of the organization, but also know how to write the perfect grants instead of having to, extend your budget to also hire a grant writer. And so if I could pay her $1 million a year, I would, but I can't. And so we do what we can. And if we get certain extra things in, we have her to thank for it. So, pay has to be this gentle balance between our budget and then what we wish we could give her and try to give her as best as possible. But, oh boy, there are some amazing, executive directors out there that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. But you will see that at the bottom line of a nonprofit because it does cut so deeply into the budget.
Of course. And you definitely, you deserve to be paid. I mean, if you're good at what you do,
right.
It doesn't matter whether it's a nonprofit or whether it's a Fortune 500 company. The issue that we had here in Australia, there was a couple of things. One was that it was very dishonest what was happening here with some of the biggest charities that we had that everyone would know about if I named them. And if you ask them how much of the money went to charity, they would say all of it. But technically what they were doing, because the people they got to actually take the money, so, the people who come up to you, I don't know if it happens in America or the UK, but they come up to you in shopping centres or on the street and ask you for donations right? And if you ask them how much of this money goes to charity, well, what happens? Those people they don't work for the charity. They were working for basically what's a marketing organisation. And they would tell you all of it. But what actually happened was that the money would get taken from the marketing company. All of it would be given to charity. So technically all of it's gone to charity, but then the charity would then have to pay, I think it was in some cases 80 or 90% back to the marketing company. So they would tell you it's all gone to the charity, which in theory it has, but then 80 or 90% of it was paid in commissions to this marketing company. So there was that lack of integrity from that respect. And there was a huge expose on it. And unfortunately, it was a lot of the charities that the pageant girls here were working with. And it just doesn't sit right with me when so much of the money is getting eaten up. Not in justified administrative costs, but things like that. And that marketing company, has anyone seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, I saw it the other day, actually.
Okay. Did you see the hazing rituals they made all the initiates go through? Embarrassing them and all that's what that marketing company was like. It was run like that. Yeah. Hazing rituals, and if you don't get enough money, then you're fired, and they would have them do stupid competitions, and if the loser would...
Sales at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a shame because then a lot of people went, well, I'm not giving money to charity because I always thought that stuff went on. So I just give up and I'm not going to give to charity, which is it's obviously not good for anyone. But it was very, very unfortunate. But in terms of, I've been thinking about what charity I would like to support. And just because I have sort of a large base in the US, a large base in the UK, and then a large base obviously here in Australia, I was just thinking, well, which one can I support that sort of everyone around the world could get behind? And I do love the idea of helping children, whether it's something like this. Another one I've been looking very carefully at is charities that rescue children from sex slavery, which is a huge issue, sex trafficking. And I think no matter what country you're in, you could probably get behind that versus supporting, a US-only charity or a UK-only charity or an Irish-only charity or an Australian-only charity. Anyway, I don't know how I got onto that. That's my rant done. We're just sitting here in awkward silence.
Yeah.
Well, you froze a little bit on my side, so...
I actually did my training over the weekend for the charity that I raised money for when I attempted my world record, so Alone Ireland. So I did my online training, and yeah, within the next few months, I'll get paired up with my very own elderly person that I can go and visit and form in a relationship with. So yeah,
That's so
I'm super
cute.
excited about that.
What is it called again?
It's called Alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Aw.
I watched
There's
the
something
cutest.
similar like that in the US. They there's a few retirement homes and elderly homes near me that they're like adopt an older person. You can like write them notes and stuff back and forth or text message back and forth if they don't have any family that can visit them or things like that.
Yeah.
That's. You go, Chloe.
Oh, sorry. I was just about to say a lot of these old people are living alone. So the Alone charity helps support them to live comfortably from home. So they'll arrange for us to be able to go out and visit them and stuff. And on the little clip I watched in the training, one of the volunteers even took their elderly partner to the cinema, which was so sweet. I would love to do that. And even bring my Nana along and get her to make a little friend from it. So who knows what might stem from this, because she's been on her own as well for the past few years, although she has moved in to live with us for the past year, which has been lovely. But it'd be great to get her a little friend from the project as well. So I'm excited to see how everything pans out from it.
I watched the cutest little TikTok today of a girl that does exactly the same thing, and she had this guy Homer, and she took him to her favorite ice cream store. And they went and got ice cream together, and it was so cute. He literally snuffled his, and he was just like, it was in my hand one moment and then it was gone. So he enjoyed his ice cream. It's just so heartwarming to watch. It was just amazing. I think everyone should take time out when they can to do something like that.
In the beginning of the pandemic, sorry.
No, Danielle, you go. I've spoken enough. By all means, take my spot.
In the beginning of the pandemic.
You can be here.
Hey everyone, my name is Adrian Kwan, and you are watching Pageant.
Can I applaud you for being able to say Kwan, because all Americans say Kwan.
They say Kwan.
Chloe just says Chan, but that's a long story because Kwan is actually my name.
Stop it.
But Americans go Adrian Kwan. I'm like, God.
That's not as bad as what they say my name is, though. Oh,
McNogna.
Miglione, Migliore. I'm like, you're adding letters. Use your hands.
As long as they do that, it's okay.
Danielle.
And what were you saying? I can't remember.
Oh, good thing I'm on track because I'm Adrian Kwan. So in the beginning of the pandemic, I was like. I was cooking things for my grandfather to bring him when I was in isolation with my parents, and he'd be like, oh yeah, this is good. And then I went to his favorite ice creamery, which is in between my parents' house and his house in our little neighborhood town area. And they make their own ice cream from the cows they have on the property. It's amazing. Woodside Farms Creamery in Delaware, top 10 in the country, possibly the world. And so I picked up his favorite ice cream and I brought it to him, and he was more excited about the ice cream than the food I was cooking him from scratch. I was like, I feel a kind of way about this, Grandpa. So I started only bringing him ice cream.
But can I just say fresh made ice cream, because I have an ice cream machine at home, and so you make it yourself, so you get the ingredients. It does taste different when you've just finished making it and it's soft. I swear that I don't normally like ice cream, but that I need to eat the whole thing. Like you put a bit of, you use free range eggs, you use organic this, organic that, and then vanilla beans. And you're just like, oh, I just ate the whole thing. This is the same machine that I made champagne sorbet with. So that machine has gotten a lot of good use.
Since I'm Adrian Kwan right now, I want us all to go around in a circle and say our favorite ice cream flavor, starting with Danny one.
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot like that.
That's your answer to every question I ever ask you. It's literally don't put me on the spot like that.
Because there's so many options.
I know. I love them all.
The Ben and Jerry's peanut butter cup. Ben and Jerry's peanut butter cup.
Oh, that's
my favorite.
That's a really good one.
It's like salty and sweet.
Danielle too.
You're Danielle too.
You are right now.
You are right now.
I'm getting confused. I don't. Do you have a brand of ice cream called Connoisseur? I mean, I'm not talking about fresh made stuff now, but still, there's a brand here called Connoisseur.
Yeah.
No, that's French, not Italian. Stop doing this.
This is why you would shop at Waitrose. Champagne sorbet and connoisseur ice cream. 100%
Champagne sorbet
Waitrose.
sounds so good.
You wouldn't get
Danielle,
that.
what brand of gin do you like, Danielle?
Oh, I like Monkey 47.
Yeah, and that's fancy. Yeah, it's not that cheap.
Well,
So
I would
don't-
agree with you. I would shop at Waitrose with you. You're in good company.
Dear me. Cookies and cream, though. I don't actually normally like cookies and cream, but this cookies, the Connoisseur brand, the cookies are soft. They're kind of like, what's that American cookie brand? Oreos, but soft ones. I could eat the whole tub. When I used to be vegan, what I would do is give myself one cheat day a week, which was Friday. And every Friday night, I would eat an entire tub of cookies and cream Connoisseur.
no.
I don't know if it's a 1 liter tub. I don't know if that's a pint or whatever, but
That's a lot.
yeah.
That is a lot, yeah. You'd have to be in like a lactose coma after that.
A lactard. We call them lactards.
Oh, okay.
I don't know,
There's a
what
whole
would
word
win?
for it.
The sugar high or the lactose coma?
I don't remember because I would just eat it every Friday night and then I'd pass out. It was a good time.
The coma one.
I'll pass it over to Chloe. Chloe.
So yeah, I just love the standard Ben and Jerry's caramel choo choo. But I have this weird thing where if it's hot outside, then I won't really like ice cream. I'll prefer like a lemon sorbet or something. I actually prefer a frozen yogurt to ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Like, see, when you go to the little frozen yogurt stores, love them. I love ice cream too, but I mean, I would have a frozen yogurt any day before I would have an ice cream. Like, and one of the little stores where you can put all the toppings on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pink berry.
I
Yeah.
have one just up the street.
Those
from
are
me.
like poppable balls. What are those? Do you know what I'm talking about? No.
Nope.
Waffle balls?
Pop.
Yeah, you put them on your frozen yogurt and you put them in your mouth and they just pop. No.
Oh, the sherbet, the things that crackle.
Wait,
they're like filled.
they're like
filled with
not
Is it like-
tapioca pearls, but they're like pearls.
rice.
Yeah, they're like pearls. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, those
little-
the things you get in those
yeah.
the milk
Ice
tea,
cream.
the milk tea drinks.
There's like juice
That's
in it.
baboba. Baboba? Bobo?
Yeah, is it boba?
Boba?
I have
Yeah,
no
I
idea
quite
what
like
Chloe's
those on
talking
for
about.
frozen.
Are you talking about the big? They're quite
Are
big.
they-
They're about a centimeter across,
Yeah.
and they're soft and squidgy. They don't really have any taste, but they've got a really interesting chewy texture. Is that what you're talking about?
No, because they
No,
pop
they
in your
come in
mouth and there's
chocolate.
lots of flavor in them once they pop.
There's lots
Oh,
of flavor.
chill. Don't get so angry
they come-
about it, Chloe.
What flavor
There's
are
lots
they?
of flavor in it.
You can get them in lots of flavors. You can get strawberry and raspberry and blue.
Mango.
and-
What shop are we talking about here? Now I really want to know.
They're in frozen yogurt shops. We would usually get them in a
I've
frozen
never-
yogurt shop.
Oh, we don't.
One of the
I've
ones
never
that
seen
they
them
like-
here.
They're just like squidgy balls and
Oh,
Moving
no.
on, guys. Let's move away from squidgy balls.
Squidgy.
You know things have gone out of control when Danielle is the one that's calling for calm. Oh my god, well that's gonna be clipped out. You know that's gonna be a highlight.
Another T-shirt. There you go.
oh,
I've got
I wish
another
I could like bring up
slogan.
a picture or something. Like, so you know what I mean? I'm crying now.
I think we all know what squidgy balls means.
No,
Oh god,
No? Okay.
that is so good. It's so funny.
Oh, I'm crying.
I'll tell you my favorite ice cream or froyo since gotta
Yes.
Gotta
someone
rein it
hand
in.
Adrian a tissue. I don't have a favorite brand, but it has to be comprised of chocolate, / coffee, Java,
There they are.
espresso.
There's these, and they pop. They explode in your mouth.
What are they called?
Boba.
What are they? Back it up for a sec.
Tapioca.
Yeah, popping boba. Popping boba.
Boba.
Popping boba.
Yeah.
The tapioca doesn't pop.
And they have
Those ones are just solid.
Oh,
yeah, and there's lots of flavor. Yeah, they pop in your mouth and they just burst. Lots of flavor.
I'll have to try those because I don't normally like tapioca pearls because we have milk tea is a huge thing here in Australia. Yeah. Everyone's crazy about it, especially the non-Asians, which is funny because it's a traditional Asian drink. But they have the big tapioca. When I say big, they're about 1 centimeter across, and the straw has to be thick because otherwise it wouldn't go up. But I hate them. They have no taste.
Oh, I like them.
A weird texture. Also, someone was in the news recently for having too many of them and basically had an indigestion, went into the hospital, they x-rayed the stomach or whatever, and like her entire stomach was filled with these balls that just weren't being digested.
Oh, no.
The only thing I found them useful for was putting them in a straw and shooting them at people. They make really good spitballs.
You shoot them.
Maybe don't do that
in
during a pandemic.
Oh, no, this was way before pandemic when spitting things at people was much more acceptable.
You might get arrested for that.
No, I did it from a balcony down. Anyway, before I incriminate myself too much. Danielle, what were you saying? The ice cream you like? It sounded like you were hedging your bets. You had everything in your ice cream.
Oh, it has to be like chocolate with coffee flavor, hopefully some like coffee or espresso beans in it. But it can't be vanilla ice cream. It has to be like either a chocolate ice cream or a coffee ice cream, and then the topping to be, one of the other ones.
I'll agree with you on the vanilla, but if you run vanilla beans, fresh vanilla beans through vanilla, it's not vanilla anymore. It tastes so much better.
I actually might have to change mine. Pistachio.
What? Oh,
I love a pistachio. But good gelato. Good gelato.
Gelato,
pistachio. Hey.
At what point does this become sort of a bit offensive? I don't know, but I feel like we passed it many minutes ago. All right, really important question. Someone tell me, what is the difference between gelato and ice cream? I've never been able to figure this out.
One's made in Italy.
No, it's
gelato.
It's the type of cream used, I want to believe. It's like one is a higher end and thicker.
Like a double cream.
Yeah, consistency. And so then you get more of that like jelly, gelato flavor and texture.
You get more of this flavor. Okay. Because
comes with it.
We always have this,
would you like a side of?
Sorbet is traditionally non-dairy, right? So like I made a champagne sorbet or you have a fruit sorbet. But gelato and ice cream both have dairy, so I could never quite figure out what the difference was.
Should we look it up?
Google.
Oh.
Google.
All right, here we go.
Drum
gelato
roll,
versus
please.
ice cream. What's the difference? Hang on, no thanks. Take me to food. All right. No, gelato and ice cream aren't the same thing. Here are a few key differences. This won't make you hungry at all, will it?
I'm starving already.
Where is the difference? Gelato is really quite distinct from ice cream. Creaminess. Gelato is creamier, smoother, and silkier, as well as denser and more elastic and fluid than American ice cream. I heard that, Danielle. While both gelato and ice cream contain cream, milk, and sugar, authentic gelato, here we go, uses more milk and less cream than ice cream and generally doesn't use egg yolks, which are a common ingredient in ice cream. I know that because that's how I made my vanilla ice cream. So butterfat, air, and flavor. Ice cream contains at least 10% butterfat and usually has between 14 and 25%. Meanwhile, Italian gelato includes only about 4 to 9% fat. Yet gelato also contains less air than American ice cream.
So it's the opposite.
So apparently there's quite a lot. Well, it might still be higher quality, but it has less cream.
I prefer gelato.
I have to change my answer if it's gelato because then I'm going for some sort of like hazelnut chocolate.
Yes.
It's like nocciolo. Oh my gosh, my grandfather would be so
angry. That's hazelnut.
Noisette.
Noisette.
Yes, exactly. My
I think
grandfather
that's a
would
French
be
one.
upset if he knew that I forgot the name of that in Italian. Don't tell him.
I won't tell him. All right, so you guys have been like, it's not fair. You're hedging your bets. Okay, well, the one ice cream that you can't stand then. What's the one ice cream flavor that is either you can't stand or is disappointing?
Bubblegum.
It is quite
That
disappointing.
was an interesting look. I don't know what that look
Disappointing.
meant. What did that look mean?
Yeah, it sounds good, but then it's disappointing when you
try.
actually
It just
eat
tastes so artificial,
it. Yeah.
No,
and
but
it's usually blue.
Danny made a very funny face when you said
She's like-
bubblegum. What did that face mean? Yeah, I want to know what that face meant.
I didn't know that existed. Bubblegum
Yeah.
ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good.
No, it's not good. Tastes like. I don't
Okay.
My
know.
stepdad is
Not good.
obsessed with rum and raisin and
Oh
naan.
yeah, I like the rum.
I'll agree with that.
Naan.
No, I don't like rum and raisin. I just feel it's one thing that I should drink, and one thing I don't want in my ice cream is raisins. So I'll agree with that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say vanilla because I think it's just
Yeah.
a little wah wah to me.
Yeah, of all the flavors, if I'm going to treat myself to ice cream, to me, vanilla is just like, why would I bother? If I'm going to treat myself, I'm going to do it right. Like, give me some sort of triple chocolate fudge.
Yeah.
What I will
Yes, thing
say,
one.
you need to have, if you're going to have vanilla, you need to have Cornish cream, Devon Cornish cream vanilla. It's next level.
I've heard about this because Cornish cream is a thing. What's the deal with that? Like, I think I've had it once, and it tasted a lot richer.
It's so rich. It's like buttery as well. It's more yellow.
Yeah.
That is so
Where
good.
did I have that? I think I've had that somewhere.
Did you have that when you was in Wales?
It might have been because I've definitely had it. As soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah, I've had that somewhere, and it really does taste different.
It's really different.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah, next time you're in the UK, I don't think you can get it abroad. It's a UK thing.
When
But
I
it's
come visit
really
you,
nice.
have it in your freezer for me.
Yeah.
This Danielle here, how many countries have you visited? You've been all over the place. I know you've been to Sydney. Any
More
countries
than
you haven't been to?
45.
Oh, God.
I think I waited like an hour in line for one of those milk teas in Sydney. I was like, is it really all it's chalked up to be?
No.
People were waiting. There was
It's-
a giant line for
I
it.
know. People are obsessed with it. Don't get me started. I hate this stuff. I have all my here's the funny thing. I have all my white friends going, oh my God, you need to drink this tea. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to do it.
Not milk, tea. I want the tea.
There's
part.
no tea in it. I don't even think there is
No
any
tea in
tea
it?
in it.
I don't think there is.
No, it's literally just milk and sugar and then these, as Chloe would say, squidgy balls.
What?
He can't help himself, can he? They've come up in conversation once.
I
He'll
wasn't the
bring
one
them up
that said
again.
it. I'll bring up the
Yeah,
squidgy. No one wants to bring up squidgy balls.
I showed you a picture of it and it confirmed that they are in fact squishy balls.
Please
They're
don't show us any more
colourful.
pictures. Please don't type that into Google.
Oh my
Chloe.
God. So great. I wonder if anyone is enjoying this.
They probably
Give us
think
a-
we're crazy.
Give us a
haven't
thumbs up
bothered
if
me
you're
at all.
enjoying this squidgy ball chat.
I do this completely for myself, not for the benefit of any other human beings in the world. Speaking of, I'm going to make the top left the hot seat. So I'm going to put Chloe here. Chloe, can you tell that Danielle how you don't know my name?
No. I'm going on speaking strike. I'm on strike now for the rest of the podcast.
Even the American was able to say Kwan.
I'm not going to.
Well, in her defense, I've been to Asia many times. And so if I couldn't pronounce my friends' names, I feel like they'd be like, making fun of me for being a typical American is like an easy target type thing. So
Yeah, Americans
just
seem
had
like
my
easy
practice.
targets.
I'm
Chloe,
sorry.
can you actually say my name? Can you say
Cool.
Kwan?
Say my
Cool.
name. Say my name.
I would say, and with my accent, I would say Kwan because it's
Yeah.
my
There
accent.
you go.
You're Kwan, but with the Derry accent, it's Kwan. Kwan.
But you didn't say Kwan, Chloe.
I
You said
know,
Chan. You didn't say. If you said Kwan, I would have let you off the hook. You said Chan. Is it because we all look alike? It's like Chan, Kwan, Kwan. It's all the same thing. It's all good.
Yeah, I have to go. I've got a phone call that I. Yeah.
Is she telling the truth?
Like, no.
Academy Award-winning acting by Chloe Louise Davies, right there. You actually, so Chloe, you had a thing on you weren't shown, but you were on a TV episode recently, right? You didn't actually get shown. Your friend did.
Oh yeah, Marcella, or is it Marcella? I don't know. I struggle with pronouncing something.
Is that another friend?
Another friend?
You can't pronounce the name.
No, the TV show. I don't know if you've heard of it, Danny. Marcella, or is it Marcella? I'm not 100%.
How's it spelled?
I think it's Marcella. But
Marcella.
I would say Marcella, but whenever I was watching it, some guy said Marcella who was introducing it, so I don't know if he got it wrong or if I've been
Is it an Irish TV show?
Yeah, no, it's a UK one.
No.
It's set in London, I think, but it's filmed in Belfast. So yeah, it was like a nightclub scene, and basically we spent the whole day there just chilling, like with glasses of water, pretending it was alcohol, dancing and being silly. And there was like a murder in the nightclub. Like the guy walked into VIP and got murdered, and we were just like there dancing behind the curtain, pretending nothing was wrong. And yeah, it was just the easiest job I've ever had. I would do that every day if I could. Imagine that. And I didn't even get shown on TV, so
Brilliant. Get paid.
Yeah, for just to dance around and pretend to be in a club at 7 a.m. So yeah, it was good fun. I would do it again, definitely. They're going to be doing more filming in Belfast, I believe. A few like Netflix shows and stuff are going to be filmed here, so I think there's going to be lots of like extra work. Yeah. So never know. I might do more in the future.
The only productions that are happening are from Netflix because obviously with the pandemic, no one's going to the movies. So all the funding is going to Netflix and their commissioned movies and series. So, yeah.
Yeah, good on Netflix. Okay. Chloe, do you want to say McVitie's?
McVitie. I always thought it was McVitie's, but then I found out it was just McVitie's. So, yeah. I always thought it was McVitie's, but yeah, I've just been wrong the whole time.
McVitie's. So let's put this Danielle back in the hot seat. Danielle, have you been to the UK?
Yes, I have.
You've been to Ireland?
I have not been to Ireland yet, but I have plenty of family there, so it's just a matter of time.
Whereabouts in the UK have you been to?
London, and got lost on a train or the tube somewhere in like the suburban area. So gave myself a reason to walk around a little bit more, and then was like, well, I'm by myself, so I should probably get back. But stopped for a cup of tea, which was really good. I love afternoon tea over there. I just love it. So eat my body weight in cake and tea when I'm over there.
These two Danielles are exactly the same, eating their body weight in cake.
Cake. I love cake.
But not vanilla cake. I won't do vanilla cake. No vanilla cake or vanilla ice cream.
No vanilla at all. Okay, I'll make sure that when I book us tea, we'll have like a fun experimental style afternoon tea.
I'll be blindfolded.
We do have a restaurant like that here. Dans Le Noir, where you eat in the pitch black, you can't see anything. Your weight.
No, I'm not okay with that because just the way my mind works, I would put some dodgy stuff on the plate.
No, your waiters are visually impaired as well. So it's a really amazing experience. It's completely in the dark.
How do they find you for your table though?
So they know obviously the place at the back of their hand.
So what if you like put your chair back to get up to go to the toilet and you knock a waiter down?
I can't remember because this was years ago that I went. If you want to go to the bathroom, I think you have to like say a certain word and someone will come over and take you to the bathroom, but they do encourage you to go to the bathroom beforehand. Otherwise it could be
like
madness in there.
Yeah,
someone could be running around. You could have a real
Yeah.
life game of the imposter in Among Us.
The Lou.
Oh, Danielle, do you do any accents? I feel like I have to ask this every week we're on. Do you do any
Me?
accents? Yeah, you.
I'm really bad at accents. One of my sisters is really, really, really good at them. And so to try to rile her up a little bit, I'll throw some accents out like Cardi B, or, you know, try to be from like Australia or London. It's just not good. Like I'll go for one accent, but it'll sound like something completely across the world.
Say something in Australian. Give an Australian accent a go.
I want to hear a Cardi B one.
No, I don't want a Cardi B one. I'm gonna turn off for that.
Wait.
No Cardi B. Chloe, go away.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
It's real.
It's real.
I'd rather listen to fingernails going down a chalkboard than that.
Crikey.
Crikey. Does
It's a big
everyone
one.
in the world think that us Australians just go around going, "Oh, crikey"? I've never said that in my life. Crikey. Oh, throw a shrimp on the barbie, mate. The one we do say is "How you going?" That is definitely. She sounded like an American doing an Australian accent for a kids' cartoon.
I warned you.
Can you say "How you going"?
No, who says
you
gnarly?
How you going? No, just say "How you going."
How you going?
Now you sound Cockney. Why are you putting that
Now you
"ow"
sound
in
like
there?
me.
Yeah, how you going, mate?
Governor.
Oh dear. But this is Chloe keeps saying that every time she tries to do an Australian accent, she ends up, in her words, sounding like a Cockney geezer. I don't know what the geezer means.
Your accent is a derivative of the Cockney accent.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So I wasn't very far, right?
Yeah.
Are you saying that I'm derived from you?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I once came across this
Well, in that case,
London guy. This London guy that had a very squeaky voice.
Squeaky.
Yeah, and
You've had
I
squishy and squeaky.
I just kept calling him a geezer, but he didn't
Squidgy.
really mind. He was like friends with like my friends, and then we were just kind of like making fun of him, and we were copying his accent, and yeah,
it's like
it's pretty
Joe
bad.
Pasquale. You know, the comedian Joe Pasquale. That kind of squeaky. Is that someone's belly that just rumbled?
What?
Was that someone's belly that just rumbled? That was yours, wasn't it, Chloe?
I didn't hear anything.
I heard a belly rumble. It was like, oh.
Chloe, are you hungry?
Have you had dinner, love?
It wasn't me. Well, it was funny. It's disgusting.
She sounds very like defensive.
See, Danielle, this is what happens after you've been on Chloe's now been with us for about 20 episodes. She was so nice and innocent and naive, and you can see over 20 episodes that we gradually managed to break her down to the point where she's just randomly yelling and ranting about the flavors of squidgy balls that she likes. So
I wasn't like yelling. I was just mocking a viral video from online, the one with the two Scottish girls.
Oh, okay. I just thought you were
that's
yelling.
what I was.
Because
She was like, disgusting.
No, disgusting. It's like one of the little girls went to the bathroom and forgot to flush.
Yeah. Which one are you? I've had it.
And the mum came in and she was like, "Which one are you two?" And then she yelled that it was disgusting. So I was just pretending to be the mum, like jokingly. Yeah.
So
the UK
those of you
people
who
will
tune in
know,
expecting
yeah.
a very cerebral podcast will be sadly disappointed, but we never do anything cerebral on this podcast. I'm still getting over the fact that I'm a derivative of Danielle. That's
Yeah, it's true, because we were, you know, in East London, we were, you know, a bit of scoundrels, in other words.
we're convicts.
Yeah,
So-
ex-convicts. So, and all the convicts came from, you know, the poor part of London,
East London.
which is East London. So
Okay.
they all had accents like mine. then they came down to you, and your accent is, because I say mate a lot, and that's a very Australian
You
thing.
you say mate more than I don't call anyone mate. But you say mate more than I do. What do Americans say? Is it buddy? Dude?
Buddy.
Bro.
Is it buddy? Is it dude?
Bro.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
We just say, what's the crack?
Yeah, but the issue with that one, as we discussed, is that you know, if depending on the context you use that in, that can get you in trouble with the police.
Yeah.
Talking about the crack. Like,
what's the crack?
Interesting.
It's good crack, so it is. It's good crack. Like, if you're having a fun time...
that doesn't make it any better.
If you're having
any better.
If you're having a fun time, you're like, oh, you're good crack. If you're having a bad time, you're like, oh, you're crap crack. And then then you'd be like... So if you're asking someone how they're doing, you just be like,
taking notes.
So what's the crack? Yeah, so crack just slides in everywhere, really. Yeah.
Chloe's on one tonight. Chloe, you crackhead.
Oh boy, this is going down like in history for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely an episode not to be forgotten. All right, just to make it somewhat sensible, does anyone have anything exciting coming up within the next week or next month or so? Danielle?
I do.
Thing 2? What have you got coming up?
I have 2 editorial spreads in 2 very up there with like social media followings. I want to say like more than 3 million impressions.
Wow.
Is what they have. Their followers are like in the 100,000s, but the impressions are much higher. So coming out 2 this month, which is exciting, and a new music release.
Wow, I can't wait.
I was going to ask you about that because it's been a while since you released one, so that's cool.
I was going to do like, yes. Well, the music video I had an idea for, but since it's winter and I'm kind of up against the wall with what I can really get done and who I can work with, I'm feeling like maybe this is one where I release the song first and then re-release it with the music video. But I really wanted to release 1 song per month leading up to the pageant. But sometimes you just gotta give yourself a break and be like, you know, you could do it all.
That was pretty ambitious. That was pretty ambitious of you to try and release a song every month.
Well, the songs are all done, so I could have done that, but I really wanted to couple them with the music videos, and we already talked about how much work that is, and also because I do make the outfits myself alongside Ela, which is this amazing woman that's super, super talented that helps my vision come to life. And so I do have 1 new outfit made. It's out of plastic bottles.
Wow.
Just a little hint there. But I also wanted to be underwater again. And I also
to be cold.
It's a little cold. So, yeah. I mean, if it was a normal world, I'd be able to utilize a pool and a hotel, but they're, you know, few and far between right now. So just the song.
So Danielle,
that sounds very, very exciting.
Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. It's a bit sore. So, if you could pick 1 song that you could say you wish you had written but you hadn't written, what song would it be?
Oh gosh, it's probably going to be a power like diva ballad type song. I really like the vein that Ariana Grande writes in for her ballads, like POV, point of view, is one of her newest songs. I just think it's such a gorgeous ballad, and it'll stand the test of time. I could hear it being played 10 years from now. It's just very classic already, in my opinion. But also like Whitney Houston, like who writes like that anymore?
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say a Christmas song because then you get the royalties every year.
I may or may not have written a few Christmas songs. So,
oh wow!
But I have written a ballad before that I haven't. It's pop. It's not environmental. It's like a love ballad. And during that time in 2012, where I was like, I think I mastered 7 songs. My parents still play it, and they like we'll be either sitting at the table for Thanksgiving, and my dad will just put it on the Bluetooth speaker, and they'll all start singing and dancing to it, and at the top of their lungs.
Oh, that's so cute.
They really like it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep that for them. But I was trying to channel Whitney in that song, and so I think I got there. They like it.
Oh,
it's not easy. It's not easy to channel Whitney. Out of anyone to pick, Ariana Grande does an impression of Whitney, which is
all of her impressions
amazing.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I what boggles me is how strong Ariana Grande's voice is for someone that small. You just kind of assume that to have a big voice like that, you need to have more lung capacity, and she's tiny. But then Christina Aguilera, who's got a phenomenal voice as well, she's tiny as well. But she does a really good impression. I saw Jessie J. It was actually on a Chinese singing competition, I think, and she did a rendition of Whitney Houston, and that was scary. I did not know Jessie J could sing like that. Because her songs don't really show that off. It's more about the dancing and the pop and the rhythm. But she's got a phenomenal voice as well. So,
honestly, I think it's a close call between whose voice is more acrobatic. I followed Jessie J right when she graduated. She graduated the same music school that Adele went to.
Yeah.
They would riff battle in the staircase.
Sylvia Young? I think they all went Sylvia. Were they Sylvia Young? Yeah, I know quite a few people that went to school with them, obviously based in London, and they have just churned out talent after talent. I don't know if you know who Pixie Lott is. Pixie Lott,
I love her.
Her voice is phenomenal, and she does not get enough credit for it. I think she's actually on The Masked Singer at the moment. They haven't confirmed it's her, but I'm pretty sure it's her.
I think it's
you
sausage.
Can tell in her. Pardon?
Do you think she's sausage?
I think she's sausage. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are gonna have no idea what
I
I'm about.
no
She's
idea
a
what you're
sausage.
talking about, and
She's
I just
sausage.
heard she's this. Okay.
So we have a show. Let me give you some context. We have a show here in the UK called The Masked Singer, and it's singers from the past that come out that are wearing full-on costume, and there's a panel of judges. There's a real mixed bag, and they guess who they think's in the costume. And I think Pixie Lott is in the sausage outfit.
I think Aston from JLS is the Robin.
Is the Robin? Yeah.
Because he's very
petite outfit.
What are these outfits? Sausages
and
Robins?
the Badger.
Get it out. Google it.
The Badger may be Peter Andre, possibly.
I don't know.
Badger.
No,
Peter Andre is not a singer. Get Peter Andre away. Oh,
I have no
Peter
idea.
Andre.
I think Badger is someone that's northern. Get a real northern tone to the voice. I don't know who though.
I don't know.
Northern.
Not just the Badger always
I
does
have
this.
no idea what they're talking about. If you ever go back to the UK and you want to start, there are so many ways to start an argument with people in the UK because they're all so fiercely, ridiculously territorial about the world's most stupid things. Someone defined being British as arguingly passionately about things that just don't matter. And having had a lot of experience with it, I have to say it's pretty true. And I got to throw the Irish in there because Chloe last week went on a rant about bread rolls and she got super worked up. I'm like, God, it's just bread. Chill. Danielle there. If you want to get this one annoyed, Danielle, when you come to the UK, go and have your afternoon tea and put the jam on first and then the cream.
I wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't allow it.
You see?
Oh, but wait. Just as you're cutting your scone, I'll be like, wait a minute. Just making sure.
You see, and she can't not talk about it. I can't even talk about it without her literally, you just see the eyeballs like she's about to attack.
I've had enough afternoon tea to know.
Do you get annoyed when people use the wrong utensil then, or don't put the napkin in their lap and things like that? Is that you?
No, I don't get annoyed by that. I'll get annoyed if someone just has got bad table manners, and I'll get annoyed if someone has both elbows on the table. If it's a formal dinner. If it's like non-formal dinner, you can do with what you damn like. I don't care.
What if the guy, say you're on a date with someone, what if to them it's formal, but to you it's not?
If for them it's what would I do that? No, I wouldn't put my elbows on the table.
Never.
No. I think if I'm eating with like my dad or my sister, I'll have like one elbow, maybe. Like, That's not formal, but no, on a date, absolutely not.
Danielle, stop trying to derail the conversation. You're like me. You like getting people wound up and then watching them do their thing, and you're just like. What I wanted to show you, just in case, and then we can close on this and then stop talking nonsense. But I wanted to show you Jessie J. I don't know if you guys have seen it on. I think it's this one here, but just listen to her.
She's amazing.
It was on a
She's so good.
When I heard that, I just got chills because I did not know that she could sing like that.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
no idea. What was that? Was that? Who knows what that show is? It was like a reality show, but it had real singers on, not unknowns. It was in China.
It was
I don't
like
know, Danielle
they were
might know.
looking for like a singing champion, and it really helped her career in Asia for sure. That when I would go, when I was in China 2 years ago, I was going to the karaoke spot by myself when my friends were at, unfortunately, a funeral. And so there were any Jessie J song you wanted to sing, they had it. But then they'd have like two Adele and like two Ariana Grande. So like they're really, really into Jessie now, as they should, because she's so super talented. I encourage you guys to look up some of her earlier live performances of songs that she wrote that are very like, pop on the track, but then when she does them live, it's just her and a guitar, and she really, really like just kills it. She's amazing. I'm still trying to practice some of her riffs that she does.
Yes. Her literally the acrobatics that she does is crazy with her voice. I think it was the same school as Amy Winehouse as well. There was a load of great singers that came out.
Jessie J actually wrote Party in the USA. Miley Cyrus, she wrote it for herself, and then they told her to give it to Miley or something, which it doesn't really make sense because Miley's from the USA. So
she wrote a few songs for like, I think one was going to be like, Miley Cyrus, and thinking of Britney Spears and different things like that. But then, and she was a songwriter and she made quite a bit of money doing that. But then she figured, well, I should just keep it for myself. And that's when she came out with the track that I'm about to say is kind of inappropriate, I guess, because the title is "Do It Like a Dude."
Oh yeah,
but it's based on like women empowerment and stuff. But her acoustic version of that live is insane. She completely like throws it to like this bluesy tone instead of this crazy like pop type of like rugged mix. Oh my gosh, I actually almost met her once. I was in Soho House in LA,
Soho House,
and I don't get starstruck. I just don't. And she walked in with a baseball hat on and like overalls or something crazy, and I was like, oh my god. And it was a buffet, actually, is where we were for lunch, and I was like, do I just like skip the line and shove someone aside, grab a plate, and like, ask her to pass me like a macaroon or something? but I didn't. She was there with some big time label too.
She was dating Channing Tatum at one point as well.
That was
Is
recent.
she not anymore?
No, not anymore.
So he's available then?
I'd probably get starstruck about Channing Tatum.
I was on a date. Okay, I'm going to criminalize myself here more. Before I met my boyfriend, I was on a dating app called Raya, and I know for a fact that Jessie J was on there and both Channing Tatum was on there. So I'm guessing they met on Raya, because that's a weird match.
Raya.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are some celebrity matches made by their managers?
Is he still on there?
So, who?
Channing Tatum.
I haven't been on there in ages. Last time I checked, I didn't see him on there.
Oh,
I think he came off when he probably met Jessie J.
Sorry, Chloe.
If you're watching, Shannon, rejoin, and I'll rejoin too.
I have to send you an invitation though, because it's.
Oh, is it a private?
Oh yes, you have to be screened. It's very like, I don't even know how I got on there. It's so exclusive, which sounds terrible. But I had to be screened, and I joined 6 years ago when I was Miss Grand Wales. So technically I was a public figure. I don't know how I got on there. On there now is like like big time celebrities, and I'm like, how did I get, like, you know, when you're that person that sneaks into a really high end party, you're like, I don't belong here, I'm gonna get kicked out at any point. That's how I felt on that app.
Was that back in your blonde days?
Yes, I joined it when I was blonde, and then I had to change up the image.
Oh my gosh, you were blonde?
Oh, I was very blonde, honey.
I have to look that
very
up.
blonde. Very.
I downloaded that.
Adrian goes tappy tappy tappy.
I downloaded the
Tappy,
what is it
tappy.
called? Facetune app just to see what I look like blonde. I think I look kind of like Hailey Bieber though. But it looks weird if I have
See that
makeup that I
The
have.
the only thing I can find is Danielle's "Take Me Out" video.
No,
Send it to me.
you can.
I'll show you. There.
No.
I want to see her go to Fernando's.
This is so awkward. That's my ex.
That's what she looks like as her blonde. There you go.
No, if you Google my name,
can I watch it? Click into it.
I love how he's like
No.
trying to chop his face off.
I won't do that to Danielle on a live. Danielle Latimer blonde. Let's see what this is.
There we
Dangerous.
go.
Oh,
There
you
we
go.
go. I'm blonde there.
Oh wow.
The first two are me.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
But I like the brunette better.
Yeah, I prefer the brunette. The
love
next
the brunette.
picture over is my favourite one of me blonde.
Model mayhem.
Yeah,
Oh my
don't.
gosh.
We were all on there back in the day.
I don't know
Oh,
if
it's
that
not
even
very big.
exists anymore. Caviar
And-
is good though.
Apparently it does.
And Purple Port was another one back in the day. I don't know if you had Purple Port.
Purple. No, I don't know if that was in the United States.
I've heard of
Unless-
that. I didn't know what it was.
You used it for your modeling career?
Not anymore.
I meant for Adrian.
Oh.
TFP.
Dear me. All right. Well, if anyone's made it through this entire episode, apart from us, congratulations. That was a very wide-ranging podcast.
Are you bored?
I just remembered Chloe's comment about squishy balls.
I knew that was going to come up again.
I think we were out for a good 5 minutes laughing for that one.
Chloe, do you want to try saying my name one more time?
No.
She's annoyed. Don't poke the bear.
Yeah, you know I feel bad about it, so you keep bringing it up, and it makes me feel guilty.
Me.
Yep. That's pretty much exactly what I'm doing. Poking the bear. Anyway, thank you to Thing 2 for being on. Danielle.
Thank
Sorry
you very much
to put
for
you through
having
that.
me. It's been a ride.
A ride and a half in a very bumpy car over a lot of potholes, but we
We
made
should
it
go
there.
out dancing. Literally, I mean, and
Oh.
literally end the podcast dancing. We started it dancing.
Chloe, you have to start doing dances that are not Donald Trump dances to YMCA. You know the folder every time you're dancing, you do.
I love how that's who comes to your mind.
Exactly. Every time now, a dance, she starts doing the Donald Trump YMCA dance.
Yeah, because
anyway.
it's in my head now. Oh, bad habit. Everyone used to say I danced like a bear rubbing up against a tree from a toilet roll ad we have. It was like...
Have you seen the videos of the otters wiping themselves on the?
They're so cute.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop everyone before we've talked about so many things. Okay. So, Dana, have you got anything, this thing one, got anything coming up the next week?
Nope. Absolutely nothing. Eating, sleeping.
Sorry. Eating. Any shoots or any styling? I'm just going to play music.
I have a session tomorrow, a top-up styling session, just because I saw my client ages ago, so we just need to follow up to see how she's doing. But other than that, that's it.
Okay. Chloe, got anything coming up?
Yeah, I received some lovely gifts in the post today from a sportswear brand from Derry, a local brand, Gym Cake. So I tanned up today and I'm gonna shoot some content tomorrow. And the rest of the week,
Sounds amazing.
I'm off, so it's going to be a relaxing one. might watch on TV. Any Netflix suggestions I am open to, but I don't want to watch Bridgerton because it just doesn't seem like my thing.
The Next 3 Days. My friend came out with a movie. It's called The Next 3 Days. It was #1 on Netflix, I want to say last week. It's really, really, really good.
Oh, wow. And your friend's in it.
What?
Amazing. Did you say your friend is in it?
Oh, no. He produced, directed, and screenplay.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. I've watched it 4 times already.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Give that a check. We because Netflix is different in every country, so very often the Netflix recommendations that you guys give me, I can't even get them in Australia, unfortunately. But I'm definitely with Chloe on the Bridgerton front. No to Bridgerton. It's a no from me, and I'm never going to watch it.
It's divine, darling. You must watch.
It was good in the beginning. I sat through the whole thing, but it ended up getting very 50 Shades of Grey type. Not like all the way, but I was like, they're doing the same thing over and over again.
It was unnecessary at one point.
It was really unnecessary. And it was so innocent at first because that's how it was back in the day. I was like, oh, we went full spectrum now, so take it or leave it.
Let's just say that every time I see someone sharing something about Bridgerton, it's not about how great the plot is or historical accuracy. It's normally about, oh my God, I want to marry him now. And I'm like, okay, not watching.
He's a good-looking guy, but...
by the way... Can we just say that... Yes.
You played Bang Bang. That's my go-to karaoke song.
Oh, wow.
That's got a hell of a riff in it. The part that's...
powerful.
All right. We'll let Bang Bang play us out. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Sorry about the madhouse, and we will see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, Confessions is out. To get your copy from Amazon, head to shaw.b/confessionsbook, and I'll see you next time.